Out of the 6 countries being studied in this course, I have chosen to talk about Iran today, and I will be going in depth relating to their presidential, executive, and legislative systems. Like many other countries around the world, Iran follows a presidential system, which means that the president is directly elected by the people. For example, the current president of Iran, Hassan Rouhani, was first elected in 2013 and then was re-elected back in 2017. Unlike other countries that follow a presidential system, Iran has 2 executive figures where the power is divided into. We have the president as well as the supreme leader. So far in history, there have only been 2 supreme leaders in Iran, as this position was only made in December of 1979. Although both supreme leader and the president have lots of power in Iran, their term limits and powers vary. Regarding the supreme leader, the dominant executive, they serve for life. However, if they are unable to hold their religious duties, they will be removed. You may be slightly confused regarding the religious duties that the supreme leader should uphold. However, that will be covered soon. Unlike the president, the supreme leader is elected by a group of 88 members that are called the Assembly of Experts. These men are very educated in Islamic laws and teachings, which helps them choose a supreme leader. The supreme leader's powers vary. A few of them include appointing the chief justice, controlling state-owned economic assets, having the role of being commander-in-chief of the military, and also having control over the Guardian Council, which is part of the legislature. This is the current supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, and he has been the supreme leader of Iran since 1989. Moving on to the president of Iran, who is subordinate to the supreme leader yet plays a vital role in the government. The president is elected by the people and serves 4-year terms. However, they may be re-elected. The powers of the president include initiating legislation, selecting the cabinet members, drafting budgets for the country, overlooking foreign policy, and executing laws. A restraint that the president has is that he or she cannot veto legislation or call for elections, so indirectly the powers of the president are limited to an extent. The president can also be dismissed by the supreme leader at any time during his reign, and the president can also be impeached by the Majlis if there's a 2/3 majority vote. Now we're going to start talking about the legislative system in Iran, which is a unicameral body called the Majlis. It is made up of 290 members, all of whom are above the age of 18, are elected, and serve 4-year term limits. The power of the Majlis is very important as they are in charge of passing and initiating legislation, approving members of the president's cabinet, and overseeing budget. Since Iran underwent an Islamic revolution in 1979, the laws from that are still heavily influenced by religion, and the Majlis must also follow this very strictly. Laws that do not go in accordance with their religion must be removed immediately. Aside from the Majlis, there are also 2 smaller bodies that make up the legislature. First, there is the Guardian Council, which consists of 12 members, 6 of whom are lawyers and the other 6 are clerks, who happen to be religious experts. The lawyers are nominated by the Chief Justice, then approved by the Majlis. In this specific council, members serve 6-year term limits, and their jobs include making sure legislation is in accordance with Islamic teachings. The Expediency Council is the second additional body in the legislature. The council has 39 seats, 3 of which are for the heads of the government and certain members of the Guardian Council that are appointed by the supreme leader. Members serve for 5-year terms, and their powers include having a final say regarding laws, as what they say cannot be overturned. They also have the ability to restrict work of the Majlis, so indirectly they function as an upper house. So there you have it, an overview regarding the presidential system in Iran while covering the executive and legislative systems as well.